Um, Here we are on day 2 of working on the base. Yesterday we had managed to build the tavern and start on the crafting room. We built this little bit of decorative pool out here. I needed to gather a bunch more resources, so I decided to put off the rest until today. So let's go ahead and get started and continue working on the crafting room for now. As you can see, I got a lot more resources today. So again, we need this back wall to be 4 walls high to be able to accommodate the replicator and industrial forge in the future. It's always better if you can to kind of plan ahead for stuff like that because it is much harder to build in the room later. Now I'm going to go ahead and make this whole room 4 high, and this front half I'm actually going to turn the upper floor into a storage area. Because we have S+, and if you also use SS, you can do it as well. There's this nice little tool called the Omni tool, or in SS it's the transfer tool. It allows you to directly pull and transfer materials and objects from different bins without actually having to go to them, which makes it really convenient. If you have a storage, you can just pull to it. So we usually keep some storages that are set up specifically for transferring, and resource bins. Sorry, trying to think about what I'm doing while I'm talking. Now, unfortunately, the crafting room generally ends up being kind of a squared off shape. I'm going to see if I can make it a little more angled, nice looking, but a lot of times when I build this room it ends up fairly boxy just because of the needs for space. We'll see if we can make this look a little bit nicer than that. I think we're going to need a little more than 20 ceilings for that part. Not to mention we're going to need ceilings for the top. Now I'm going to leave back here as a 2x2 opening. That again is for the room for the industrial forge and the tech replicator. But this whole area back here is going to be different storage boxes. Give lots of room for different kinds of storage. I generally, when I make storage, I like to try to make bins, a lot of bins for resources, because they can just kind of be dumped in there and pulled as needed. I also tend to like to make storages for the different kinds of armors, cold, hot weather, and so on. I like to make a couple saddle bins, a tools bin, weapons bin, a bin for artifacts and bits. You really can separate things out as much or little as you want, though. I like things to be nice and organized and easy to find, though. Now, because the materials we have available right now, we are going to start with just using the large wooden storage boxes. Eventually, I'd like to switch it over to the vaults because the vaults have a lot more room in them. Let's see. We're gonna make this angled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide. So we'd want to build up this. Can't quite reach. We'll have to make kind of a little scaffolding to get up there, it looks like. And the other big thing we're going to do is go ahead and start on a garden. I think for the garden, I'm going to go ahead and just use S plus structures. And the reason for that is because they will snap. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and test that. I don't think I like using S plus structures for that just because it's not going to snap to the foundation grid that we have made. Oh well, we will do this the hard way. Let's go ahead and make 30 more of those. And then we're going to use the gables to make this sloped. And then by doing this, we could actually add an extra floor if we wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and cancel these for a moment. And so what I'm going to do here is build a little scaffold up to the top. Now don't forget, it doesn't really matter which direction these go to begin with. As long as you can reach them, you can change the direction the floor is facing. And now I'm actually going to use that Argent we had tamed yesterday to help with this process a little bit. This way we can more easily get up here and do what needs to be done. Looks like one more should be perfect. Let's go ahead and get some more roofs crafting. And I see the foundation's finished. Now, as far as the garden, we want it to be relatively out in the open. We also need to be careful not to block that off. Not only is it against the rules, that's really not cool for other players. So I think I'm going to go ahead and build the garden out this direction. If you're just joining us, this is part 2 of working on building the base up and decorating it. Currently I am crafting the pieces for and putting together the crafting room and storage room. We're trying to work on making it a little less boxy right now with the sloped roofs. Also, I almost forgot to turn these around. I prefer to have them all match all the way down to the floor, if at all possible. Hey, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time, we are working on doing an ARC series um, every Saturday afternoon from about 4 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be working on progressing from beginner level to the end game bosses for each of the maps. I just changed that. So if you want to follow and check in or watch the recordings afterwards, we will be progressing in in chronological order as well as possible based on the maps available on the server. Next week will actually be our second progression week. And I believe we're going to be working on mostly taming this next week. So these back ceilings that I just put in are temporary. Actually, you know what? These ones I think can stay. Yeah, these ones can stay. This will be high enough not to cause a problem for the industrial forge and the replicator when it comes time to have those. It's this floor that couldn't be any lower. It looks like we're gonna need some more walls. And let's go ahead and get these placed while we're waiting for those to craft. Back here, we're going to be working on placing the garden. I'm going to go ahead and do a small section coming off here that we can put compost bins. See if we can make it kind of like a little shed off the side. And I think we'll go one last layer back. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 more. And let's go ahead and grab let's go ahead and craft a window door. Go ahead and make the door itself. And make another window for it. I can go ahead and grab some of these window frames because it'd be nice to have some nice windows on the garden. Eventually we will change these to glass so that they get the bonus. Okay. Well, the rest of those pieces are finishing. Hoping we have enough gables. I think we have enough gables for this. Let's go ahead and just finish this up. So I am kind of bouncing back and forth between this building and the garden a little bit. That is mostly so there's not a lot of just sitting around waiting for things to craft. Not really sure what we're going to do with up here, but no, we need one more. Curious if this will work. Nice. That'll make things a lot easier. So the SS model gun will actually work with the CKF models, which makes this whole process much easier. Now for the floor above this, I do want to go ahead, well, I need to make that other ceiling. I do want to go ahead and make some rails, just because they're nice and decorative. Let's see, I'm going to need that for outside. Done. And the rails I crafted were for right here. Oh, gee, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Does not like grabbing that. Now that's a nice addition that S Plus just recently added, is it highlights the structures so you can see exactly which ones you're changing. And since there's only one, we'll just go ahead and do it manually. I'm trying to decide if it would look nice to put a balcony off of this. I'm thinking it might break up some of the monotony of this, so I might go ahead and put... Hello. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a wide balcony and then a small balcony. And then on this side, I'm thinking I'll go ahead and put a small balcony up there. Just something to make it a little less boxy. Now, if this is your first time viewing, we are using the CKF villager structures. Eventually, I'd like to switch over to the castles, although we might go ahead and just do that on a different map. The villager tier structures are the stone equivalent. So the only things that are at risk, or that the structures are at risk from, are going to be alphas, which there's a slight chance of alpha raptors or carnos down here, although not very high. And the other risk would be Gigas, possibly Carcharodons. I don't know if they can break wood, or I mean stone. And this server has the additional dinos mod, which introduces the Acrocanthosaurus as well. It's big like the Giga and Carcharodon, but I'm not sure if that one can break stone either. I'm honestly not sure if the mod even specifies that or not. There we go. Now, because I'm using the CKF, the crop plots are not going to snap to the floor, unfortunately. But I really, really wanted to keep the buildings on the same grid. So we're just going to do our best to make this look as nice as possible. Just bear with me, it's going to take a few extra moments to try and line these up a little bit. This will also let us put some decorative gaps in between. There is a plants mod, Eco's garden decor. So we can see if we can add some fun little decorations in between these. There's also the aberration decor, which I know adds a lot of like glowing crystals, glowing trees. Oops, went too far on that one. Guess I should go ahead and close off the little shed before I try and do this. That way at least we can see the boundary. Now once we have dung beetles, the shed won't be such a big need, but we do not have those yet. So we are going to have to use the compost bins for now. Let's go ahead and grab that. I just need enough for the moment to be able to see where the boundary of the shed is. Now for internal walls, I don't really like using windows. You can if you want. For me personally, I just prefer to have them closed off. Especially since the other side of that wall is going to have flies and everything, so... Now I am intentionally making these off-center, just so there's room to put silly stuff around them. We'll have to see how they turn out. Good thing with CKF and superstructures and those, you can always pick up and move things around later if you don't like them. Let me see if I have the stuff. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and set up a soul terminal in here. If you've never used the soul terminals or this mod, they are really, really handy for these automation features. You can make it so they can collect fertilized eggs and incubate them like the nest. You can make them produce unfertilized eggs. You can make them produce poop, which is what we want from this. They do have a storage limit though, so you need to be careful with that. Set that up. It will distribute, and when we have dung beetles, we can add them to it, and it will automatically distribute the fertilizer to the crop plots. Let's just go ahead and put everybody in here for now. And as that starts producing, I can start putting these down. Just make sure I do have that on, yes. Okay, that'll take a few moments. Let's check what seeds we have. Don't have very many of those. Now, they did add a decay timer to the seeds a while ago. So we're just going to go ahead and leave the seeds in here until we have some poop to fertilize the plots. You can only add one seed per plot, so they will disappear pretty quickly. Okay, now for those balconies we were talking about. That's gonna take some windows and doors. That's gonna take some more ceilings. And that's gonna take some more rails. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the first one here. And the second one we're going to put at the top of here. And then we're going to put the last one right back here. Oh, we got an icky bird outside. Now this one we wanted to be a nice wide balcony. Let's go ahead and pull out this so we can change the models more quickly. There we go. And we will bring some decorations out here in just a little bit. And then this one we want to be a slightly smaller balcony. I'm thinking maybe 5 wide. Should look alright. Yeah, that is smaller than down there at least. It still should be big enough to look nice. Again, let's pull out the multi-tool. And then for back here, let's make this one the width of the thing. Now I am going to want to go ahead and add some slanted rails as well. It looks really nice on the stairwells. Set this to frame 4 again. There we go. And then I like to add these just because I think it makes it look just a little bit nicer. Also helps you to see more easily where the stairs are. Which, with a couple of my tribe mates, that's especially nice because they tend to get lost in the buildings a little bit. So having that visual definitely helps. Grab that. You know, originally I was going to make up here the storage area. I think I'm going to use this for extra crafting, because the crafting stations take up a fair bit of room, as well as a good place to put the electrical. And I think we're going to go ahead and put the storage up here. There's a lot of open space. The only downside with putting it up here is it's sloped. I think that'll still leave us with plenty of room for storage, though. Okay. Now the next big thing we need to finish is over here. What I wanted to do is I want to make this a sloped shed. So we're going to go ahead and build this up a little bit. Which means we're going to need 2 gables. Yeah, let's go ahead and get 2 gables and some roofs. Let's go ahead and finish this area. And I'm thinking a flat roof above this. Maybe have it slope up 1. You know what? I think a flat roof would look better on this one. So then we needed 2 gables. We need... Actually, that should be enough roofs, theoretically. And we're gonna need a bunch more ceilings. Go ahead and grab those for now. Let's go ahead and turn these to match the floors. There we go. Now, I'm not sure if they have anything. Thought that was a dial-up for a second. I'm not sure that they have anything for greenhouse, but it's worth taking a look. It's a hatch frame. This one would probably be the one that would have glass, if anything. No, it does not look like they do anything for greenhouses with that. Interesting. Which then means, yeah, the glass will snap to that. So when we're able to craft more glass, we'll be able to put these on the greenhouse and give them that bonus. That is definitely something to set up for the future, though. Now we could leave this open air. I'm not going to because we do get ichthyornises here quite often, as well as sometimes other things decide to drop in and show up in this area. I just feel more comfortable with everything being closed off. There we go. Now we need 6 windows, and then we need some irrigation. And the poop is starting to come, which is good. One of the few games, or few times in life that you will be excited about having poop. Okay, so windows needed 6. And we need piping. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and give them their own irrigations, just to simplify things. This server and a lot of, I'm noticing a lot of private servers now are doing this. The piping, the irrigation pipes do not need access to water. They produce their own water, which makes it so that people do not need to have 10-mile long piping systems, which is very nice. I definitely support this. Looks like we're only going to need to use 4. That should irrigate everything we need. Go ahead and put these on the top. And then those should snap automatically. Now I do realize we do have a beehive that also would water these. However, the beehive I don't like to rely on, because if it runs out of rare flowers, all of a sudden your plants are no longer being irrigated and they will very quickly die. Just go ahead and pull these out. Find the... I missed it. Find the crop plots. I do believe I am blind today. Seamless crop square, that's why I'm not seeing it. Yeah, that is not going to give a lot of fertilizer, but it should be enough to get it started. Let's go ahead and grab our seeds. Now there's definitely a priority to the seeds berries are super easy to come by. So we want to make sure we have 2 of each of the vegetables. My favorites as far as looks are the sauerkraut and long grass. That's why I tried to put those in front of the window. Or I mean the sauerkraut and citronal. And then for the remaining plots, I usually do 1 stimberry. Stimberries aren't super useful though. I like to do 1 majo berry, which we are lacking. I'll go ahead and leave that plot open. And then the rest I like to do as narco berries. Again, it's really easy on the server's rates to just harvest berries, but we don't need a super high amount of veggies, and it's nice to just have the passive generation. I am going to have to take one of these guys out and see about harvesting a majo berry seed really quick. Now this trike we had tamed at the beginning of the last building cycle. Oh, there we go. First try. That is lucky. So I'll go ahead and put this guy back. Let's go ahead and put the majo berry seed in. Put the trike away. And then go ahead and put all the seeds and everything back. And if you're using superstructures, using the transfer tool, you can force the stimberries and narcoberries into the trough. With SS, that is not, or with S+, that is not an option. If you don't have a refrigerator, best bet is just try to craft all the narcotics you can. Now I'm going to make this a little bit decorative. There's no reason not to. Make this a nice little courtyard area. And let's come over here and make some more water. But you remember where the water is. Decorative, no. Structures, there it is. Now you can add grass floors. You know, I forget what the decorative floors had. I'll have to make a couple of these. Oops. Can't figure out what I'm doing. I'll have to make a couple of these and see what we can do with that. It's been a long time since I've used these. So we have sand, gravel, snow, a path, mud, moss, lava, and sand. Interesting. Not really something I want to use for here necessarily. The water definitely though. Again, you can make these with the Eco's garden decor mod. And if you've never used it before, you can come in here and show fish. And even though this is not actual water and not actual coelacanth, you get a couple little fish swimming around. Let me go ahead and work on transferring. I should hopefully have another thing full of feces. Let's find the soul terminal and see if we can find those crop squares. Transfer 22 more. Now it is against the rules to block access to... I really wish they'd stop going in the ground. To block access to explorer notes. Not that that should need to be a rule. It's just common decency. But I would like to make this a little bit decorative back here so people can more easily find it. Hey Reese, how are you doing today? Oh, that bites. Still, Rex is better than no Rex, though. I am hoping this Saturday we might be able to tame a Rex. Let's see. So this morning we finished building the crafting area. Added some balconies. We haven't decorated it yet, but we have a nice little secondary crafting area here. And up here is going to be the storage room. We added a balcony off the back to kind of break up the boxiness of this. And we added 2 balconies in the front, a smaller one, and then a much larger one at the bottom. Gives a nice overlook of the courtyard, which we are starting to decorate, but haven't quite got there yet. And then we've been working on setting up back here the garden and sort of a shed back here. Garden has some plants starting to grow. And then the little shed room we're going to add some compost bins into. And then out here we're starting on the courtyard and making kind of a little decorative area to the explorer note back here. Not sure that we're going to finish decorating it today, but at the very least we will have it set up. So that's pretty much what we've been doing today. Trying to figure out how I want to do the paths out of here. I think I'm just going to put back here. And then put some ramps off the back. Oops. And then I believe we're going to do a path back here as well. Put some ramps off of here as well. So we need a couple more foundations. Have a good night, Reese. Oh no. Oh, nothing for it. We leave him here, he's just gonna cause problems. That's right, we do not have infinite bolas on the server. I have been spoiled. Sorry about that, my cat is trying to sit in front of the screen. Let's see, where... There it is. I love these guys, but they have made these guys as annoying as humanly possible. There you are. Come on, buddy. Yeah, no, you're not gonna give up that easy. You're just gonna wait for me to put it away, aren't you? Yeah, whatever. Make it easier for people to get down here. There we go. And then I did want to add sort of a canopy. I wonder if they have some sort of pillar we can use for that. Kind of help draw attention to it. Let's see, those are just accents. Let's see. We could use a gate frame. Let's go ahead and use 2 of those. You know what? I think that would actually look better than medium. It says it's 2 by 2, which would be just about the right size for what we're looking for. Let's see. I don't think I can make it to the back side. Unless I add a foundation back there. And then I'm gonna try something. The Ecos has these interesting vine ceilings. There we go. Go ahead and put those. Never mind. Well, let's see what about those vine ceilings. That is over here. Ivy. They have an ivy ceiling and a sloped ivy ceiling. So let's go ahead and make 6 of these. And then let's go ahead and make 6 of those as well. Worst case, we just don't use them. Let's see how these look. These are actually really big. So those do need a sloped wall to be able to hang properly. Let's come in here. And grab a couple gables. Actually, you know what? That might be a good use for the scaffolds. Let's try the scaffold. Because the scaffolds already kind of look like trellises. And then let's see if we can get the sloped ceiling the way we want it. It just does not want to do. Okay, let's try making it like that, because it seemed like it wanted to snap to the side of that. There we go. It does not like snapping to itself either. Interesting. That looks interesting. And then we could add some lighting and maybe a bench back there. Let's go ahead and get some more of the scaffolds. And then we did need some more stairs. Oh, too heavy. Let's see, I don't need that. Don't need that, I don't need that. And I don't need those. Let's go ahead and add these. Grab the sloped. Well, that could be problematic. There we go. That just does not want to work. Let's see if I can turn this around and see if that might affect it. It still does not want to go that way. Might just not be able to have it sloping on this side. That is about the best we're going to be able to do on that side. That's unfortunate. Oh, it is what it is. There we go. Now there's a nice looking area to go get the Explorer note. I'll have to put some lighting out here so it's more obvious. There we go. I think the Ornis is still flying up there. Okay, and I forgot to make the stairs earlier. I did have him, I just had him put in the wrong spot. Okay. Make some nice looking paths up. For anyone that wants to cross through, they can feel free. Actually, you know what? That might be a good place to put the other kind of thing. Yes, I want it going up to the roof. Get these made. Let's see, where were the others? There we go. Nope, don't need the sloped ones. And then we'll come back through here and change the design on each of these. Go ahead and put rails around the pools. Turkey. I knew that thing was gonna get me as soon as I'm not paying attention. And there he goes, back to ignoring me. Let's see, do we still have access to that? No, we do not. Okay, that's alright. Easy way to deal with that. Make sure there's nothing in there that shouldn't be. Everything's good. There we go. And then some of the things we can add later are lamp posts and such from the lighting table, which I think I might have forgot to put back down. No, there's the light construction. Now let's see what this has to offer. Oh, nice. That'll make a nice decorative base. I'll be honest, I expected a Minecraft style flat grass block. This is much nicer. That'll look even nicer once we put some other plants and decorations in it. Let's see. There's some small bushes, statues, scarecrow. There's topiaries. Oh, it's a shame they don't have a topiary of a therizinosaur. That would have been my favorite. Dodo. Well, I guess out of the ones they have here, let's see what the Spino looks like. Yeah, And for my husband, let's grab the toad. Oh, that is big. Let's see, the toad is pretty small. Looks like I could do a couple in this one. I like that. Let's see, did we like any of the other ones? Yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. Let's see what this has to offer. I did see they added some new Luma trees. Let's see what these two look like. Hoping this one looks like a sakura. Whoa, that is... They weren't kidding, that's large. Well then. I think one of those is about all that's gonna fit. Let's make sure that didn't make it so we can't see up here. Okay, that's not too bad. I think the rest of them we're gonna need to use the small ones for. However, we should be able to put the blue one back over here somewhere. Let's see. I don't care so much about the mangrove trees. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab these. Let's see what we think of these. That's the small one, huh? They are very pretty, though. Hmm. Those are really nice looking. Now this, I need to be careful. Not to end up with that in the buildings too much. Oh, that makes this place look almost magical. I think it'd be nice to put one more large one over there. I might be being a little kid with sprinkles a little too much there, but what the? There we go. Let's see what these look like out here. Put this on the side over here. Don't want to overwhelm the spina too much. Let's see, a couple small things might look nice. Nah. You know, I think one more thing that lights up over there in the corner would be nice. There's some Luma rocks. Let's see, first. Oh, that is big. I think we're gonna grab a couple of the crystals. Those should hopefully glow better. You know what? Either that or... Need some spark powder. I think this will look really nice back here. Where we're trying to draw attention to the Explorer note. There's that. And then these small garden lamps I think will work for what I wanted over here. And then, let's see, I needed the rails. And that takes care of that. I like that. We do need to add a little bit more over here. I'm going to go ahead and move him a little bit so he's more of a feature. Here we go. Okay, let's see how these look. Now, some of these are aquatic plants, which I think might look nice over here. Move this more over. Oops. Go ahead and get those going. And then lights. Let's see. Let's see if they have any lights that would be nice for being in the water. I think those might look real nice. We do not have what it takes. Ouch. Okay, so we are almost done with what we're going to do for today. I do have a little bit more to do inside the crafting room and inside the garden area. However, I believe those will be done either tomorrow or in a future video. Let's see. There was one last thing I want to do really quick before we turn this off for the night. Really quick, I'm gonna put these in. Let's aim that a different direction, shall we? Okay, well, that is what we have done for today. We have a path going from one side of the base to the other. We built the crafting station or crafting building and have a balcony in the front, two balconies in the back. We've built sort of the little courtyard, although there are still some things to add, such as benches and a few other decorations. We made a nice little decorative area for the explorer note, path out the back. We added some water pools and decorated those. We built the garden, which is growing nicely. They're already middlings. And we set up the start of the shed. I guess that is one thing we did forget to do. Let's go ahead really fast and make some crafting or some compost bins really fast. Interesting. They snap to the middle of the room. That's unusual. I'm going to need to gather some more fiber, but we will add to these later. Finish filling out our bar or our compost room. Let's go ahead and put some thatch in these. There we go. And we will fill those up with poop, specifically from the soul terminals so it doesn't kill the plants. There we go. So those will start crafting the fertilizer that we need to feed these better. And plans for the future, we are going to go ahead and do one more building video probably tomorrow morning, where we're going to go ahead and finish up the courtyard. We're going to finish up the garden, add some decorations in the garden itself, and finish up the compost shed. We're going to go ahead and add a few decoratives on either side of this. And in the next video, we will also finish up the crafting area. We have a few more crafting structures to add to here. We're going to shift some of the crafting structures so the decorative crafting structures are on this floor. And then we're going to add a bunch of storage containers up here, name them and get them ready for pulling. And then the base will be completed for now. Honestly, that might complete the base until we move to the next map. And yeah, I think that pretty well sets up for today. We will also go ahead and switch the railings over to the nice decorative ones that we have been using. And so thanks for watching. Don't forget, tomorrow morning around 6 a.m. we will finish up these buildings. Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be doing our normal video where we will be progressing a little bit further towards the end game on the island. Each week we will be going through from beginner to end game on each of the maps in chronological order. Sunday morning about 6 a.m. I will be doing a random game as well. Go ahead and follow if you'd like to keep up with what's going on. And otherwise, thanks for watching and have a great day.